Okay guys, I've filmed this once already, but I'm just gonna fly through it because now I know all my answers and I have like gathered my thoughts. But I just tried to film this video a couple of hours ago and it was like so scatterbrained, I can't even explain. Anyway, okay, so this is the Homeschool Mom Tag. 10 questions about homeschooling. I have really enjoyed watching everybody's Homeschool Mom Tag. I'm so excited to be participating in it now. Finally, my life is just crazy right now. So I was tagged by Joyful Journey, by Creative Two-Time Mom, and by Stars of Jewels. So I'm gonna get started real quick here because Lord knows I can just like go off and never come back. Okay, so was I homeschooled? I have been like a little bit of everything. I've been homeschooled, I've been private schooled, I've been charter schooled, I've been public schooled. I have had every single school, I mean basically I've been everything schooled. I was homeschooled a little bit in 2nd grade, but the school I went, we had great schools where I grew up, and so it's just better for me to be there. My brother was homeschooled from 2nd grade all the way through high school, but he is, you know, he's quite a few years older than me, so he was like in middle school by the time that I started school, and by then they were just already invested in homeschool. Did I always know I would homeschool my children? No, I didn't. My degree is in education because I just thought, oh, that's like the greatest, you know, one day I'll have kids and then I can work in the same school that they go to. So that didn't quite work out. The funny thing is, my brother, who was homeschooled all the way through, is now the one who's a teacher in his kid's school. And I went to school all the way through and now I'm homeschooling. So it's funny how life works. But no, I did not always know I would homeschool my kids. I actually had my daughter signed up for preschool where my brother teaches now, but he wasn't teaching there yet. But I had my daughter signed up for preschool there, and it was like just a couple days before she was gonna start. We had paid her application fee and a deposit and all that, and I went to put her backpack on and it just looked so big and she was so little. It was just preschool, and so I was like, John, could we just maybe homeschool just a little, like just for preschool? And I figured like by the time that she was ready for kindergarten, I would have come around and we'd be ready to send her. But we just ended up loving it so much. So no, I did not always know I'd homeschool my kids up until like 2 days before we started homeschooling. I still did not know we were gonna homeschool our kids. What are your 3 favorite books in your homeschool library? I have a video on my top 3 curriculum choices. I will put that up there, but I'm assuming they mean what are our 3 favorite like read-alouds, and so I'm a big fan of 5 in a Row. So 2 of my top 3 favorites are 5 in a Row books. The first one is Cranberry Thanksgiving, hands down all-time favorite. I'm still going to be reading it to my kids in high school. We've always done Cranberry Thanksgiving with 5 in a Row since my daughter was 3. We've done it with the same little group of friends every single year, and these are friends that are just like family. I mean, so close. And so it's like become our little family tradition to do Cranberry Thanksgiving with them every year, and our kids recite the book as we read it to them, even though we only read it once a year. It's so sweet. I'm like totally gonna give a copy of Cranberry Thanksgiving to my kids at like their baby showers because I just know that they love it as much as I do. And they'll totally just want to carry that tradition on. I'm like already the overbearing mother-in-law. I can tell how I'm gonna be. Anyway, so yes, we love Cranberry Thanksgiving, hands down all-time favorite book in our homeschool library. Second is How to Make an Apple Pie and See the World. That's also a 5 in a Row unit study. I love that book. We've always started our school year doing that for the first week, How to Make an Apple Pie and See the World. And so again, just not necessarily the book, but just the memories for me, that's super special. And then I had a hard time picking the third because I really love the book that we're reading aloud right now. I know I'm gonna love some of the books that we're gonna be coming up to, you know, reading here soon, but my kids loved Charlotte's Web. It was the very first chapter book that I read aloud to them, and so there was just, you know, a sense of accomplishment there for me and for them. And so I would say Charlotte's Web is my 3rd favorite. I've got the questions here, sorry, on my husband's phone. Okay. Are you the only teacher? Does your spouse help? Do you outsource help, tutors, etc.? I am the main teacher. My husband taught, well, he was home with me when we had the baby, and he loved it, and so he's definitely been a little more involved than he was before, but his work schedule is just awful. But I went to a Sonia Schaefer seminar at a homeschooling conference, and she, she's with Simply Charlotte Mason, if you're not familiar with who she is, and she just really stressed using your village. And, as a homeschool mom, don't try to learn Spanish, teach your kids Spanish if you know someone who speaks Spanish and is willing to teach your kids. And so we do outsource help for that. My kids take violin lessons from a good friend. They've taken art lessons from a good friend. My dad is really into, he was really into astronomy, so he taught their science last year. He's also just an incredible source of knowledge. Like, he's so smart. He loves, archaeology. He's actually getting ready to head off to Israel on an archaeological dig. And he knows so much biblical history and just ancient world history. And so he has actually put so much life this year into our Bible curriculum. So we're still doing the Old Testament stuff. So he's been every week coming over, or every other week, and just really sprucing up our Bible lessons with the kids, and just stuff that, like, I could read the Bible cover to cover and I still wouldn't know the stuff he knows. And so he has this year become kind of like our Bible history teacher. My mom has always taken one of the littler, the younger kids. So when Jesse was in preschool age, she would take him once a week. Now Eli's preschoolish age, so she'll take him once a week. She only lives 1.5 miles away. So she will take them one morning a week and just kind of do some preschool stuff with them, some fun stuff, some stuff that I don't really have time to do anymore, but I wish I could do, little sensory bin type of stuff. So she is just, did I say she lives 1.5 miles away? I don't know. She is just so incredibly helpful, just like the most vital part to my homeschool. I'm so grateful that she lives nearby. And she also helps, like, taking the kids to lessons and sports and all that. So she's like, you guys know how helpful that is. My father-in-law will one day be my kid's geography teacher. Before, he owns his own business now, but way back in the day, he was a geography teacher at our local high school. So we have an amazing village. And so for now, I mean, we just happen to know, my husband's family has been in this town for generations, and so they have just like an incredible a community surrounding them, and so we happen to know a lot of people, and I'm just excited to see how our little village grows as my kids get older. But yes, so we outsource a little bit. Where is your favorite place to buy homeschool curriculum? Okay, Amazon is like where I always go to get stuff right away. If I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't, I need to have this chapter book to read aloud to them, things like that, I'll go to Amazon, but it's not the best option as far as, the best financial option. So if I am thinking ahead, planning ahead, I'll use Rainbow Resource, and they seem to have the best prices, the best deals. But my favorite place is the homeschool convention, the big FPEA homeschool convention. That expo hall is enormous, and it's just so fun to like get your hands on everything in there. Now, it's like the way you would feel being like a teenager at the mall, like just getting to like try on everything and look at everything. That's how I feel when I go to the homeschool conference. So 2 more weeks, I'm so excited. But I always end up actually at the Rainbow Resource stand there. So they still have the best prices, but it's just fun to look through that whole convention hall. Do I have a set budget for my homeschool? No, but I make good choices financially with, trying to find the best place to find the best prices. Sorry, okay. What are 2 must-have homeschool supplies? Okay, so I seriously couldn't homeschool without a laminator. I really think that a laminator is like so important. I feel like, it's just, I use it all the time. And then also like tape and glue. That is just, I know that's technically 2 things, but it's kind of the same thing, ish. But yeah, so tape and glue, we fly through tape and glue. So tape and glue, just boxes and boxes of it, like printer paper, all those things. What's your favorite and least favorite subject to teach? My favorite subject is history just because I love My favorite subject is history because I love story of the world. I love story of the world. So that history has become my favorite subject to teach. I also really love teaching reading when they're little, and just seeing that light bulb moment is just so exciting. I think it's because if you follow me on Instagram, I've been posting pictures of my son reading, and he's just like, he's almost 6, and he just had that moment, and so he's just like reading everything and writing everything, and it's just, I absolutely love it. My least favorite has got to be math. It's frustrating I think it's frustrating to learn, and so because of that, it's frustrating to teach. You just, you know, it's hard when it's just the concepts are so new and frustrating to little ones sometimes, and so it's like, gotta be patient, gotta be patient. Are you involved in co-ops or homeschool groups? What has your experience been? I was part of a great co-op, but it wasn't great for me. So I happen to have, my kids are spaced out age-wise enough that they were in like multiple classes, and so I never really got a week off. So for me being in a co-op, it's like preparing or teaching my own kids all week long and then preparing another lesson for kids at the end of the week without any breaks. So for me, it was kind of an unnecessary addition to our homeschool because it was just piling more work on me. That being said, they are in a couple of different programs that I pay for and send them to, so it's not necessarily like a co-op, but they are in homeschool classes. And what is your approach? Okay, I think I have, like, I would hope, I enjoy having some kind of a Charlotte Mason inspiration, maybe like a little undertone to our homeschool. Each year I kind of pick up more and I'm able to add more, and I appreciate more, you know, just of her, just the way that she's just, oh my gosh, I could just like, all of her words are so good. I could just like read her books and her inspiration over and over and over again. So I think every year we kind of like become closer and closer and closer to the Charlotte Mason homeschool that I would hope to one day become. So anyway, that is those are my scatterbrain thoughts in the Homeschool Mom Tag. I am going to tag Pepper and Pine, I'm going to tag Just Sew Trish, and I'm going to tag Snips and Snails. And so, like I said, the 3 ladies who tagged me, I will put their videos up there if you are interested in checking theirs out. I think there's a playlist going on with this. So if I can find that, I'll link that below. Thank you for watching. Thanks for following along with my just baby mom brain, and I will see y'all later. Bye.